Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the NACE Varsity Premier Super Conference. We have Overwatch on our hands today. It's going to be the Saints taking on Maryville today. I'm Theo, known as the Holy Juan, joined by Dominic Shade again. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling kind of great. I'm excited to see the matchup, especially for Overwatch, because I have fell in love with the game when I first played it. I wasn't too excited about Overwatch 2, to be honest. So I know about some of the recent updates, some of the current character patches. So I'm excited to see how Maryville plays these, as well as the Saints, especially from a lot of the history I hear.
Yeah, a lot of history between these two teams. Maryville, probably known as the Saints' biggest rival, and in Overwatch, both teams are at the very top of the game. The Saints are 3-1 on the season. Maryville are 2-2. The Maryville only two losses are against probably the best teams in the league. ISU took down both of these teams so far in the season. That Saints only lost, but even though the records don't show it, Maryville probably a bit of a favorite here. They are a very strong team, but what do you think here?
I'm thinking the same, especially after hearing that they have faced each other before. If I'm correct, they went
Yeah.
3-1. The Saints beat them on like one specific map. I
Yeah.
wasn't informed what map it was, sadly, so I'd like to know that, but I didn't wasn't told. So, yeah. But honestly, maybe times have changed. Maybe the Saints are gonna get it, especially that they're doing a lot better. But again, Maryville seems to be very dominant from what I hear.
Absolutely. And speaking of the Saints, let's talk to one of them, Noxious. We have an interview ready. Noxious, how are you feeling today? Big matchup. What are your thoughts on today's game?
We're feeling pretty good. I think everybody is ready to put on a show today. We've been working really hard behind the scenes to kind of get on top of our game, and I think we're ready to showcase that today. So, yeah.
And you know, Maryville runs a bunch of different lineups. What do you think is going to be their starting lineup? What's kind of what you guys have prepared for all week?
Honestly, the only thing we really expect is them switching between their tanks, so Dante and Falls. They're both really good players. They both have really wide hero pools. It's just they're used in different ways. So depending on who goes in, I think our strategy is going to change drastically, and we're going to have to make some adjustments. And yeah, I think we're pretty ready for it.
Yeah, meta's been, pretty one-sided. It's been Mauga, Genji, Sojourn. Is that the type of comp you guys have been playing, or maybe we might see something different today on some different maps?
To be honest, we've been trying out a lot of different things just to see what feels good, especially with the new perks that came out and stuff like that. There's a lot of different comps that are just kind of not as viable anymore. So we've been trying a lot of different things. We're ready to adapt if we need to. Maga obviously being very strong again, same as the past few years. It's been since release basically. Maga has been extremely strong and pretty much in most metas. So we're ready to play that today. We're ready to play Ram. Anything that they throw at us, honestly, I think we have a good shot at it. So. Yeah, we're just really ready.
That's definitely true. But how are you feeling about today's competition-wise? Do you think you're going to win this, or do you think you're going to have an even matchup?
I'd be a fool to say that we'd lose. I think everybody here wants to win. I think everybody is dedicated and wants to put their 100%. So I'm pretty confident today is gonna go our way. So.
Yeah, I mean, last time out, you guys did lose 3-1 to Maryville, so definitely looking for some sweet revenge. You have Agger as your tank this season, a newer player. How has he fitted into the role of kind of becoming the leader of the team? Obviously, the tank kind of has to be that. How's he done so far this season, and how's the improvement been with the team?
He's been doing really well. I think everybody gets along with him. He's definitely step up big time, and I think that's a player that we kind of needed to fix past problems that we may have had within the team in general. And it really kind of helps us being able to play all sorts of different comps, all sorts of different characters, and he's been really present in comms, and he's been giving it his 100% since he got here. So I'm honestly really looking forward to see how far we can go with our new player and how it's going to impact the game today. So. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome to hear, Noxious. Thank you for joining us today. Good luck in your matchup, and try to take it home for us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Awesome, Terry. Been here for a couple of years now on the Overwatch team. One of the best DPS players in all of collegiate. Played on Team Canada in the Overwatch World Cup last year. So really one of the premier DPS players we have in all of Canada. It's awesome we get to watch him on our team.
That's definitely true. But one player I have my eye on for the Saints, if he's playing tonight, is Razor. I've been hearing a lot about him. He sounds like a really good player, and I'm excited to see what he does with his plays a lot of the times, and it would be great to see some maybe good moments from him. I hear he works really well with his team, and he's good friends with a lot of them, so it should be fun to see how he plays with the rest of the team.
Yeah, obviously the whole team are on great terms. They always hang out with one another. Their head coach Zay has done a wonderful job over the past few years, really getting them on track, getting them on the right page. And they're 3-1 in the Super Conference. But we have to speak about the matchup today. Maryville, I mean, such a stacked roster, as you heard. They have Dante, who was one of the top premier Overwatch League players in his prime. I mean, he was just dominating the game. Now he's on Maryville. The rest of the team, a bit younger, but still basically pro players. The Saints really have a tough task ahead of them. What do you think is kind of their biggest key to slow down Maryville and play their own game?
For the Saints, I feel like if they target Dante a little bit while trying to also support and maybe try to defend against the rest of them, because from what I hear, Dante is their strong link. So they take care of Dante. I feel like the rest of Maryville might not do that well, but that's just my prediction. And maybe the best strat to take it, especially after, like I said, after everything I've heard, Dante is their strongest link. Taking care of the strongest link might be, or what they do is target the weakest link and then take out the strongest so he's on his own.
That's a very good strategy. I must agree with you on that one. And, are there any characters that you're hoping to see in today's matchup? Is there something that you personally just hope we see?
Honestly, I hope to see some Soldier plays. Speaking that, Soldier is my main when it comes to playing Overwatch. He is one of my favorite characters. I fell in love with his lore. Another one, it's a bit out there. Not a lot of people play her, but I'm hoping to see some more because she can. If you know how to play her right, she can dish out some good damage for support as well as heal the rest of the team. But I already have a gut feeling, though, we'll also see some Mercy. Again, reviving teammates, probably one of the most overpowered skills, in my opinion, in that game. Just getting them back on the field as soon as they go down, like, what are you going to do if they take out half your team? Boom, they'll revive, full health, bonus health, and they're just going to kill you quickly.
Yeah, and speaking of the team, you see them on camera. We'll go through them left to right. Redix on the very left, Razor right next to him, Azure in the middle there, and then there is Noxious on the very end. Soaks isn't up there right now, but he will also be playing. That's going to be our starting five for the Saints here. Very good roster, have played very, very well so far this season. I saw them scrimming before this match. They looked very, very good, very, very strong. Seems like the comms are on point. Zay was pointing out a few things here and there. I can't say what they are, but I was looking from a side. Very, very smart, very well done. So I feel like if the team is able to follow Zay's game plan and what he has prepared, it will be a very good match for them. But Maryville, obviously, they've done their preparation. They're going to be ready for this match. They're coming in here confident. Saints, they want to win here. Maryville think like for sure they're going to win. So they're going to be the favorites. Maybe Saints can catch them off guard if Maryville get overconfident. I could definitely see that happening. Would not be surprised to see Saints take at least a map.
That's definitely true, but my gut feelings tell me that it might go that way, but it's also might go towards Maryville's favor if the Saints aren't on their A game because they want to win, but it seems they're a bit doubtful when it comes to fighting Maryville. From what we hear, they're a bit wary of Maryville, which is a good thing to have if you're wary because that means maybe they know something that Maryville doesn't. Like Maryville maybe didn't study the Saints or like Maryville studied certain players but certain other ones and they might try to switch up their game, but having the mindset that they have, they want to win, but they don't it seems like they don't feel like they're about to win against Maryville, which could cost them, especially when you don't have much confidence. As you can see, some of them look pretty stressed to go up against Maryville, which is not the greatest to have.
I mean, stress definitely part of the game. We spoke to Noxious. He felt pretty confident. He said he thinks they could definitely take on a team. And with a 3-1 record, I think there's only upside here for the Saints to win or lose. Obviously, they want to win, but playing against Maryville every single time, you get experience, you get good reps in. You just want to play your best game on the day because obviously it's a regular season. It matters, but we're going to be seeing these two teams in the playoffs for sure, 100%. They're some of the top teams in this super conference. So just learning here, learning from mistakes, taking things that they could use later in their season will be important from this match. I don't think their only goal is to win. I think another really big goal is going to be to improve from this matchup.
That's definitely true, and I'm hoping to see them improve because they're really good, but there's also room for improvement. As I do, I'm not the greatest player in Overwatch, but I'm always going back, watching my replays, see what I did wrong, and be like, all right, I did this wrong. Maybe next time I do this. And it'd be smart for them after the match to see what they did wrong, improve on that for their next match coming up, which will be really fun to see, especially if they're better, improve off the mistakes. There's also, like I said, room for improvement.
Yeah, and we have a little bit of a downtime, so I'll just throw in a little shout out to our second stream. The Saints are taking on SFU in League of Legends. That's over on Saints Gaming CA2. So that's a USF. Sorry, they're taking on USF. My apologies. And that's gonna be a fun little matchup on the side stream. But we're focused on the mainstream here on the Overwatch action. Do you have any predictions, a score prediction before we get started with this match?
When it comes to score predictions, I'm feeling like it might be a close up. Who knows? It could go any favor, but I'm hoping to see at least a 3-2. Maybe 3 for Saints, 2 for Maryville, or it will be 3 for Maryville, 2 for Saints. Because again, with them both being top teams, rivals for a while, being considered their best rivals too, I'm seeing some good matchup plays, some good best plays from the Saints, hopefully. But my prediction has to go to Maryville. Sadly, because with hearing the history of them, Maryville, again, being top team, from what I hear, a lot of their players are tier 1, which is really high up. So
The
I'm
highest.
hoping to see it, but my prediction is going towards Maryville. Might switch it up depending on how the Saints play.
Yeah, I mean that's a very fair prediction. I'm gonna maybe agree with you, maybe disagree with you. I mean, I think the Saints are gonna take it today. I'm gonna take Saints 3-2. I think they're gonna have a very very good series for themselves. They're gonna catch Maryville off guard, maybe take the first map home, then maybe shake up Maryville. But it's not as easy as I say it is. Maryville, a team that's been through absolutely everything, ups, down. They've had players in Overwatch League. They've had players play against the best of the best, and they know how not to get rattled. So that might be a little bit of a problem for the Saints. Sometimes their mental really affects their play. When things start going downhill, they tend to go downhill and go fast downhill. So it's important for the Saints, I think, most to stay mentally composed. Stick to the game plan. Don't try going off on your own, doing hero plays when you're not supposed to. I think that's kind of the key to victory for the Saints if they can just play together and play well the entire time.
That's definitely true. But I have a question for you. Do you think the Saints have any favorite maps that we might be able to see?
I do. I think we're gonna see Lijiang for sure. I think we're gonna see King's Row for sure. Those are like the two staples that we basically see every single time. On some different game modes, we might see some different maps. Obviously, push a game mode we might see. So it's interesting to see. There's a variety. I think Saints are comfortable on practically every map, but there's obviously some maps that they don't really want to play because they're better on some other ones. Like, for example, King's Row. That's one of their top maps. Saints Row. It's been a thing for like 4 or 5 years now. Where St. Clair just love playing King's Row. So, if anything, I would say Lijiang and King's Row are kind of two maps that I'm almost guaranteeing we'll see in this map.
That's definitely true. But it looks like they're getting ready to lock in. They're talking. But it also looks like they're about to have a fun time, really. And that's a good thing to have because, in my opinion, with tournaments, you're not going to perform that well if you're just focusing on winning. Having a little bit of fun with your teammates is, of course, important. Of course, you have to take the game serious. Don't just goof around. But having a little bit of fun while you play is very good. I feel like you play a lot better. I have some experiences when I'm playing for fun but locked in at the same time that I perform a lot better. Because I'm noticing if I'm too concentrated on the game, I'm performing the worst. I'm not doing the greatest. Whereas if I'm having a little bit of leisure, taking it seriously, but having fun and being able to multitask comms and talking to them, my teammates, I perform a lot better because then I also have better performance with my teammates instead of just like, oh, I'm going to go in this locked in while the rest of them are focusing on trying to support each other.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Having a good time, I mean, it's video games at the end of the day. If you're not having fun while playing, there's not much point to playing. Obviously, competitiveness, wanting to win is as important, especially at this level. These players probably put winning first before having fun at this level, but obviously having enjoyment, liking the game you play is very, very important. And speaking of the game we want to see today, here are the lineups. Maryville going to go with King, Dante, Juby, Squid, and Vision. St. Clair going for Razor, Noxious, Azure, Soaks, and Redix.
That is going to be fun to see. I'm seeing some really good smart plays on their end. Playing, I think it's, oh crap, I'm already forgetting how to pronounce her name, but I think it's like, I feel,
Yep.
Yeah, we see a lot of that in comp, which is very good to see. That's smart on the Maryville side to play, and also playing. Oh, I feel so bad because it's been so long since I've seen these characters played in comp. But having tanks classes, it's pretty smart, especially for it. But I'm hoping to see some other characters.
Yeah, and
But
there's
Juno's smart.
team fight's gonna kick off. Razor finds a couple picks, but Vision and King get picks of their own, and it's gonna be the Orisa here picked for the side of Maryville as they're gonna find these staggers on the Saints. Dante gets taken down to 1 HP, has that gold, does get taken down in the end by Redx, but it's just a continuous team fight here. Saints need a reset badly. Yeah, it's going to be Maryville. They have the Pharah, they have the Orisa, they have the Sojourn, the Lucio, and the Juno. St. Clair go for a similar comp with the Sojourn and Pharah, but they're going to go for a Mauga and a Brig. So 2 different compositions here. First fight went to Maryville. Now the Saints look to strike back. Azure's on the point. The point almost flipped there, but now Dante is going to start his push, and Vision going to find the first pick onto Soaks here. Low health bars for the Saints as they're going to continue falling down. Azure goes down next. There goes Noxious. I mean, it's all Maryville right now to start out the first map.
That's definitely true. I'm thinking maybe Maryville scrims a lot on this map because it looks like they understand how to use the corners from the looks of it, but from what I hear, Redx plays a lot of Juno. I've seen him doing scrims. I was watching him earlier. He's really good at it, but it's seeming like maybe he was a bit caught off guard with the tanks, which happens a lot. Don't get me wrong, it happens a lot, but it's very smart to use Juno. She's a good support. She has good healing. She has good damage if played right. But I'm feeling like Redx is playing a bit too aggressive with her for a support. He's playing.
Yeah, and the fight's gonna kick off here, and it's over before it even starts. Maryville getting kills left and right now at 85%. Trying to close out the map here. They have 3 ultimates online. I'm definitely expecting Dante and King to combo here. No beat drop, no nothing for the Saints. Should be nearly impossible to win this next fight. Just execution from Maryville. Has to be top tier, and Redx first to fall, but King does get traded out. Squid, though, picks up the Pharah, and Saints can't get anywhere near the point. It's going to be a very dominant first round here coming out from Maryville University.
I was surprised. I was hoping to see some pushing. Saints did really well when it came to trying to get on that point, but I think Maryville was just too prepared for it, which doesn't surprise me, but it's seeming maybe they're just getting warmed up. I'm hoping the Saints are just getting warmed up. They have a bit cold hands after taking a little breather to get some water, use the restroom, and all that, but I'm hoping that this isn't just going to be a massive landslide, but again, I won't count Saints out. They're really good, and they're probably going to. They're probably just getting warmed up.
Yeah, we're having a tiny bit of technical difficulties, I'm hearing. So, we won't be going to the second map just yet, but we'll be there in time, I'm sure. You can see. Let's talk about the first round. I mean, it was just a stomp. Let's say how it is. Maryville did whatever they wanted with the Saints. And put a pause on that. Let's go into the second round here. Noxious gonna start the first fight off with a pick onto Squid. Azure, though, gonna go down to Vision, and down goes Redx, who's on that Moira now. Genji pulled out as well. Team composition switch up here from the Saints. They're going for a Mauga, Reaper, Genji, Lucio, Moira. Maryville, they're gonna be playing a Venture comp, so 2 kind of weird, wonky compositions, but I think Maryville might have cooked here with quite interesting team.
That's definitely true. And I guess my hopes are true. I'm seeing Redx on Moira. And Moira, as much as people say she's not good for competitive, she can be good if you play her right. And it seems Redx knows how to play her, which is really good because, again, she's a good healer if you play her right, and a good damage dealer, great for support.
Yeah, and here the fight kicks off. Azure taken down to 1 HP, needs to back up. Saints health bars sitting so low here as they try and take this point. A nice spear there from Dante, and Razor is going to be the first to fall down. Now the Saints quickly trying to get out of danger. Noxious TPing out, able to stay alive for the time being, but Saints are 4v5. They're going to try and turn it with the Moira ultimate. There goes the Orisa ultimate, gets Soaks. Nice spear there as well onto Noxious. Great plays here from Maryville as now they have 50% and counting on the point.
That's definitely true, and I'm hoping the Saints got on the point, but I'm also seeing Genji, which is smart. He's good at deflecting the projectiles. Maybe if Razor starts blocking the blast. So I'm noticing he's doing it, but maybe he's just not ready. Maybe Maryville knows how to counter a Genji. They probably run into him a lot, which doesn't surprise me. But Soak seems to be doing really good on playing that support, which is really, really smart. And it looks like they're about to reach another opening hole.
Yeah, 3 kills there, 4 vision. A lot of ultimates used. Soaks used the Beach Drop, Razor used the Dragon Blade. No kills found for the Saints. Maryville living up to their hype. Noxious, I think, got speared off the map there. Now the Saints trying to get back to their spawn, but Maryville will not let that happen. 90%, and you would have to think the map's over as you switch over to the Roadhog to try and find a pick off the map. But that's gonna do it for our first map. I mean, someone touches, someone is on the point here for the side of the Saints. Redx actually picks up Squid, but he gets straight out. Razor trying to hold it for his team, but the rest of his team is in the spawn and respawning on 40 HP. Finds the Genji, tries to dash out, goes down. A flawless map from Maryville in this first one, and they're going to take Lijiang with relative ease.
That was a really good match. I saw some really good plays on both ends, but I think there's room for improvement. And Vision getting the MVP doesn't surprise me. Vision did really good on that character.
Yeah, you can see the ultimate here. Goes through, picks up one, picks up the second, and Saints in all kinds of disarray. Gonna be falling down like dominoes. I mean, you can see Redx there, not too pleased with that first map. That is a look of pure disgust. And, you know, not the best first map for the Saints. Definitely not even close to good, if I had to say so myself. Maryville looked way stronger, and I feel like unless Saints turn things around, this is going to be a very, very swift 3-0. But I have some hope. I have a feeling that they might really turn it up and focus up and maybe give Maryville a run for their money on the second map.
That's definitely true. I'm pretty sure the Saints weren't very confident on their map. That wasn't one of the maps they're comfortable on. That's probably why Maryville got the holding point. But again, I'm hoping, and I won't count out the Saints as well.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. You can see the players, they're just talking about what they could do differently. You can see Squeak there as well on the very end, on the bench as of today. But a very formidable player for the Saints, has been here for a very, very long time. One of the veteran voices on this team, even though he might not be starting, he is there, always ready for practice, giving advice when he can. So still an important part of the team. You could see he's up there with them right now, but they're going to need some more than just some motivation and some leadership to bring the series back. They're all going to need to be on the same page. Mechanics are going to need to be crisp. It just feels like Maryville is doing whatever they want. They're taking the fights first, and Saints seems like they're just playing reactive. I think if they made the plays and made some plays themselves, take some more space, take some wonky angles, throw Maryville off guard, I think that's what they need to do to try and give themselves a chance in this series.
That's definitely true. I think Maryville was just holding them at the spawn while two of them were on the point, which is very smart strategy in my opinion. If you're holding the point while keeping enemies at spawn, they can't really make the plays. And as you pointed out, that they're just holding them from making plays, and Saints were just doing them, trying to react and trying to adapt.
Do you think there's any maybe team composition difference the Saints can do to throw Maryville off guard?
No, not from what I can think of. Maybe trying to mix it up instead of playing what they usually play. Try to throw something Maryville wasn't predicting. That's probably my best strategy in play. Try something new, a character maybe you've been practicing a lot recently that you wouldn't think Maryville's prepared, but that's my best idea on it.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick, I would definitely pick a longer sight line map and let Noxious go on Widowmaker, try and make some plays, find some headshots. But we're gonna be on Kings Row map 2. This is a map I've seen Noxious play Widow on before. I mean, it was kind of the same scenario. They lost map 1. I don't remember the opponent, but against a very strong team. They lost map 1. And then they got full capped on Kings Row, and then Noxious switched over to Widowmaker, instantly started finding kills. The team started getting some morale boost from that. So it's going to be interesting to see. I would definitely love for the Saints to do some kind of curveball, because I believe they're going to be on attack first. Just out of the gate, go on the Widowmaker, try and find some picks. If it doesn't work, you can always go back to spawn and recalculate what you want to do. But yeah, Kings Row here, Saints, probably one of their best maps, as I said before the series, and we are going to see it here. So, I mean, what do you think we're going to see on this map?
What I'm predicting to see, because when it comes to King's Row in comp, there's a lot of soldiers, so I'm thinking Maryville might try to play the soldier play again. He's, like I said, he's a solid unit in this current meta, as you pointed out, which is very smart for Maryville to use to their advantage, especially with his ult. It is pretty much just free aim and free range shots, but the Widowmaker is probably going to also play, and it looks like they're getting ready for attack, and as you pointed out, not just going for the Widowmaker.
Yeah, and Azure's going to be on the Zarya. The Genji going to come out for Razor Sojourn. Coming out for Noxious, Lucio and Kiriko for Soaks and Redix Maryville. They have a main composition with the Orisa, the Brig, the Ashe, and the Baptiste. So very, very different team compositions here for both sides. The Zarya pick, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Probably not the strongest pick on King's Row, but it seems like Saints, they have a drawn up play. They want to just take away this high ground, but not a lot of charge here for the Zarya. The cleanse used very early by the Saints. Razor has to be careful here on 1 HP. He's going to be the first one to fall, and here goes Dante trying to find the kill to Kiriko. Vision is going to be able to pick up Redix, and now the Saints have fallen apart. Vision's going to fall down in the end here, so Saints regain a bit of momentum, but they're just sitting on this high ground. Zarya has 0 charge. I mean, not much happening here for the Saints.
That's definitely true, and it seems the Saints are more spread out, which is not a very good idea.
Oh,
to
Squid's trolling.
Oh, wasn't expecting that, but like I said, they seem spread out, and Squid seems to know what he's doing. He's got his ult ready, so maybe we'll be seeing that close to the end of the match.
Yeah, it's going to be the Saints capping first point here. I mean, just caught Maryville off guard here, and they take the first point here. That's the turnaround they needed. Some compositional differences. Seems like it might have been the answer.
That's definitely true. I'm seeing Redix on Kiriko, which she does some pretty good headshot damage, which I kind of like. You kind of have to aim for the head, and she's a good support. And same with the Genji. Like Genji getting up close and personal with the sword is a very smart move, especially on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. The Maywall is gonna come out here. The BAP window comes out, and Noxious gets absolutely annihilated around that corner. Still, Saints moving the card. Not the worst case scenario here, but I love this hold from Maryville here. You have the May, you have the Orisa. Hold up close. Do not let the Saints get any momentum. And one thing we haven't spoken about, the perks. Pretty new thing to Overwatch here. It's going to be interesting what team picks what up for what characters. But here's going to be the Kitsune Rush. Here comes the B-drop. Saints are all in on this team fight. A huge Graviton Surge lands onto 3. Dante going to be the first one to fall. Redix gets straight out. The May freeze is pretty big. Can they find any kills off it? Yes, they can. The Bob picks up the Genji. King's going to take down Noxious, and Saints invested everything they had. Ended up with a lost team fight.
That's definitely true. I'm seeing Redix is focusing on healing with Kiriko, which is very good, as well as the Genji's trying to get close for Razor, which that's smart with the Genji. He's meant to get close and personal, and Razor playing him the right way is very smart.
Absolutely have to agree with you on that one. And now, the Dragon Blade available for St. Clair, kind of their last hope. No ults here for Maryville. If he can get on top of that Baptiste with a bubble, I mean, that's going to be the way to do it. There it is. The bubble comes out. The Dragon Blade's going to come out, but does not find any kills. Noxious going to be the first one to fall. 2 King on the point. Finds 2 on the May. Gets into the cryo block there. Does not go down. Razor trying to find something, but nothing found there. The Zarya should get staggered here and lose all her charge. I mean, Maryville, textbook perfect performance here so far on point 2.
That's definitely true. And it looks like Dante is holding them back in the spawn, which is very smart. And Noxious switching to the, I think it's pronounced Hanzo, if I'm correct. But Noxious going down first was not the greatest play from a Hanzo, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good on the Hanzo is Noxious trying to find something. I mean, grab Dragon. I mean, it's a classic. Could bring it back here. Azure's gonna find some nice aim there onto the BAP, and Razor does take down King. BAP window gonna come out. Dante picks up 1, picks up a 2nd. This Orisa is going crazy, but it is even trades across the board. Azure living on 1 HP on the Zarya. Redix gets bubbled around this corner, but he's gonna go down. Still, this should be good for the Saints here. They have the good spawns. They should be able to get out of spawn at least a little bit. Try and push this card as Baptiste. He's doing whatever he wants, takes down Redix. Finally, Azure finds that one. Saints have the Graviton Surge online, but nothing else. Maryville having May ult, Orisa ultimate, and the Brig rally alongside Bob. So big ult advantage here for Maryville if they decide to pull the trigger quickly.
That's definitely true, and it seems Vision is trying to sit in the back and shoot, which is smart, and he messed up the bomb throw, which that's not a very good thing because she does a lot of damage with the bomb. And as you said, Dante's just doing whatever. He's just taking them out.
Absolutely. And now Maryville looking to pull the trigger here. They have everything they could ever want. It looks like the BAP though, on a bit of a flank, it's actually May here. King complete throws his ultimate away, so great start to the fight for the Saints here. Never mind, King still has his ultimate. There's going to be the Graviton Surge coming out. Are we going to see any ultimates paired with it for the Saints here? The beat drop is going to come out, but look at that damage. The May ultimate is massive, takes down Redix. A couple quick picks here for the side of Maryville Saints. Got a bit of progress, but just too many ults there for Maryville, using 3 to win that team fight.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, but it seems Maryville is holding the Saints at it, especially with Vision providing that far damage and Dante getting close. He seems to be targeting Nox just a bit. Maybe Dante's a bit scared of him.
I don't know, what do you think?
It seems like it. He seems to be kind of panicking with certain shots, but he's doing also great aim with it.
Absolutely good aim on display here from Squid and Dante. Couple easy kills to the team fight. May, how is May on this high ground with the Baptiste? I mean, Maryville seems like they're just having a bit of fun out here, going all over the map, taking down the Saints again. And now with only 34 seconds, Saints need a miracle if you want to cap the second point.
That's definitely true. And I'm hoping the Saints get that miracle. Razor going down first, playing the Genji. It seems Maryville's targeting it, which is very smart. Genji's probably the biggest threat out of this entire team.
Yeah, now the kills in the spawn. Looking to go down. A nice dragon comes out here. And now the Saints looks like they might be able to push through, but Azure, he's going to get body blocked by the Bob. Vision finds a couple. Razor does find a kill on the Bab, finds one onto the Brig as well, but he won't get to the point in time. A nice attack from the Saints. They capped the first point, but beyond that, Maryville showing complete domination in the streets phase.
It's definitely true. And as I pointed out, that Dante seemed to be going for the Hanzo and the Genji a lot. It seems maybe he's a bit worried about them. They are a good team combo when it comes to it, if it's played right. And maybe Maryville was a bit worried, but also at the round at the end, they seem to be just having a little bit of fun with the match.
Yeah, going up on that high ground with a couple members. If you're on the Saints, what do you say to your players? What do you say to your teammates in a situation like this?
I would say don't lose confidence and keep pushing forward because they did really well holding the point. Maybe play a bit more aggressive. They seem to be getting a bit more defensive around the end. Maybe if they went a bit more offense, they would have gotten the point and capped it.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see them locking in here for a second map. Talking about what went wrong here, Redix, a vocal member of the team, I think is a good way to put it. He says whatever's on his mind. I think that's very good. I think that's very good. You see, when good stuff goes good, he'll be vocal about it. When bad stuff goes bad, he'll be vocal about it. I think that's important for a team dynamic. But what's more important is trying to take this second map on defense. What kind of team composition do you think we'll see from the Saints?
From what I'm expecting from Saints, I'm expecting to see another Genji and Hanzo team comp. They seem to know what they're doing with it, as well as the Kiriko, which, of course, they're going Kiriko right off the bat, with Soaks playing it in Redix, and Soaks seem to swap characters, which kind of throws me off a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. You know, Redix kind of got his Overwatch career started playing Lucio. He's mainly a Lucio player, but then definitely expanded his hero pool to being elite on many characters, and you know, he's back in his comfort. Maybe that's the kind of swap they need. But Maryville, I don't know what they have cooked up here. What is going on here? They have Zenyatta and a Lifeweaver. This is some crazy team composition, as Vision is going to find the first kill onto Redix here, finds a second onto Razor, and there goes Noxious. I mean, Maryville are just having their way wherever they want. Vision, a nice little 3K there in that team fight. A very easy cap for Maryville on the first point.
That's definitely true. It looks like Azure is trying to do a mirror match with Dante, trying to maybe play on even playing fields, return the favor, because they seem to be targeting Dante now. As I pointed out, Dante's probably the biggest threat on the team, which is very smart.
Oh, a nice kill there for Azure. Takes down Vision. He's playing a bit too aggressive here, but with 5 minutes and a little bit more on top of that, Maryville definitely in a great spot to cap this streets phase. And they have that Lifeweaver tree ready. I mean, I can guarantee you, with all my money, that Saints did not prepare to go up against a Lifeweaver Zenyatta composition here. So it's a bit of fun here for Maryville. You know, I think if they get a bit overconfident and too cocky, Saints could have a chance. But there's the tree. The healing is going to be immaculate, and Razor going to be the first one to fall. Lucio not going to be quick to follow as Azure just going to ult. Sees a lot of members in that one. Surprised didn't take anybody down, but with that tree, that extra HP, not going to be able to find the kill. Redx finds a trade onto King here as the Saints forced to back up. This Orisa is so scary. There goes Noxious. Down goes Soaks. It's a team wipe for Maryville as they look to close out the map.
Yeah, but it looks like Noxious and Razor went with the Hanzo and Genji team comp. As I pointed out, they're really good. It seems Razor and Noxious know what they're doing with those characters, which is very smart. But I'm hoping Soaks plays the Kirito and aims for the head.
Yeah, the last fight's gonna kick off here. They drag in and a result, absolutely nothing. Top level play there from the superstars in Maryville, and Azure though still gonna be the first to fall down here. Nice headshot there from a Vision. Juby finds Redx. Nice shot there onto Razor. Soaks finds a trade, but down he goes. It's another wipe for Maryville as they cruise through Streets phase and take a 2-0 lead in the series.
This is not looking great, but Vision going in, and I would be surprised if Vision didn't get it, and oh, he didn't. He played Hanzo really well, but Juby getting MVP with Zenetta, that doesn't really happen that much.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you see every day because you don't see Zenyatta ever, but a nice shots here from Vision. Got a big trank there as well, and yeah, not looking the best here for the Saints. Looks like maybe one of them taking a little bit of a mental break, getting out of the chair, resetting. I think that's Razor. Maybe going to the washroom, getting a drink of water. Now's not the worst time for that type of, not type of play, but like for just to do that, to calm down, to reset for game 3. And I think, you know, for the Saints, it's not looking good right now. I'm not too sure what they could do differently.
That's definitely true, and I'm hoping that this cool-off quick break would be very helpful for them. Razor seemed to be doing a lot of the plays, which doesn't surprise me. He seems to be a very strong link within the team.
Yeah, I mean, still going to be at least one map left in this series, so Saints, they just have to look forward. You know, last 2 maps did not go too well, and map 3, new map, got to refocus, reset, as, you know, our beautiful faces now on the screen. Dominic, what do you think the Saints need to do? Like, it's desperate now. It's desperate times. What do they really need to do to just give themselves a chance? Because these maps, let's just say how it is, has not been even close.
That's definitely true. What I think Saints need to do, they need to pull out their best characters, pull out the best team comp they can do, and just try to play as aggressive as possible to get that comeback that they need. Maybe Maryville won't see it coming if they just start to play like Maryville. Maybe try to mimic them a little bit and play aggressive, because Maryville is playing aggressive, which is throwing the Saints off from the looks of it.
Yeah, Maryville taking a bunch of angles, pushing with pace, and Saints just don't seem to have an answer. I think the thing I spoke about with mentality, once things go bad, they go bad quickly, and that seems to be the case in this series. I mean, it was a rough start on map 1. They didn't recover in map 2. I mean, you want to believe, you want to think to yourself, map 3, this is where they're going to turn around, but if the things keep going the way they are, I mean, I just see Maryville closing it out in relatively strong fashion.
That's definitely true, but we will have to see how it goes. I'm hoping Saints take this back and maybe tie it up 2-2. But again, like I said, Saints need to play as aggressive as possible. Maybe pull a playbook out of Maryville's skills.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely an option. But, you know, we have a little break for the players. We're going to take a little break ourselves, so we're going to throw it there, and we'll be right back with the start of the 3rd map. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are just about to get into map 3 between the Saints and Maryville. Maryville up 2 games to 0. I'll reintroduce ourselves. Theo knows the Holy One. Dominic, known as a Shade. What are your thoughts so far in the series?
It's been really good matchup recently, but I don't think the Saints were ready for the mass amount of aggression that Maryville has done.
What do you think the Saints need to do differently that they've done so far?
Play more aggressive.
That's it? Just play
That-
more aggressive?
It's literally their one weak point. I'm noticing that Maryville's taking full advantage to. They need to play more aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid point here, as you could see our players up there on the screen. You know, we heard Zay speaking between maps very passionately, wanting to win this series very badly. You love to see that from the head coach of the Saints here, as I believe we're going to be loading into map 3 in just a few seconds here. And, you know, we've seen some wonky team comps from both sides. I mean, Saints have tried everything. They've tried the Orisa, they've tried the Mauga. Nothing's really worked. Do you think maybe there's a different tank that they need to try to lead the charge?
Probably, if it comes to it, think a solid tank to use would be Winston. I've seen a lot of Winston. I've seen a lot of Saints play Winston. So oddly enough, I've seen Saints play Winston. He's good at damage, but that shield bubble that he provides, put him on the point, throw the shield bubble down, so if they have far damagers to go up against, they can't hit him, and all the people up close can just die.
Yeah, I mean, Winston is going to be an interesting pick for sure. We're going to Gibraltar, a map that's probably, we might see Winston on this map. Winston, Diva, or even maybe Hazard. I mean, anything we could see. Something with a lot of mobility. We won't be seeing probably mobile tanks on this map. The high grounds are just too valuable, and I'm definitely expecting to see a Widowmaker, at least from one side. Just these long sight lines, I think, could value a character like Widowmaker, Tracer, Genji. Very mobile heroes are very good on this map, and here we are heading into map 3.
And as you said, Tracer and looks like Noxus went Widowmaker and Razor went Tracer, and Tracer for Razor just looks like big damage.
Yeah, it took some damage to start off the map here, and here we are. Both team compositions pretty similar. It's just we're going to be seeing the Ashe instead of the Tracer here for Maryville. So it's going to be Squeak as well, subbed in here for the Saints. He's kind of their Winston specialist and has been for many years now, as Vision going to find the first pick on to Noxious there. And gets a nice boop, but Squeak is able to stay up there. That's kind of Ashe's strong point. She can get rid of the Winston on the high grounds, and you know, I think the Ashe is a very good pickup here for Maryville.
That's definitely true. And it looks like the three main people we mentioned were all being played in this match. We got a double Winston from Squeak and Dante.
Yeah, Squeak and Dante battling it off here. As you can see, we have player cams at the bottom right. That's pretty cool. Get to see the players live in action, but the Saints haven't been able to make too much progress yet. Already a minute 10 gone by, but Squeak finds an opening pick onto Juby. That should give the Saints a lot, and I mean a lot of space to work with. Can the Saints chase down any kills? No! It's going to be actually turned back. Dante going to find one. Vision picks up Noxious, picks up Squeak, sorry, as the Saints falling like flies up on this high ground. Vision having a great performance on this Ashe so far, and King gets the kill onto Razor there. Saints struggling to get out of their spawn.
That's definitely true, and it looks like Dante knows what he's doing with the Winston, getting up and running to the teammates to get the kills, as well as King playing Tracer. It seems they just have more experience with the characters.
Yeah, King gonna find a pulse bomb there onto Soaks, takes down Redix. The backline of the Saints has gone down here, and 2 minutes remaining here for the Saints. I mean, it's looking very dire on this attack. They're gonna have some ultimates ready, gonna have the nano boost, gonna have the rally, gonna have the puzzle. All 5 ultimates are online for the Saints here. Now they look to pick up the break. Nice sticky here. No, Razor misses out on it, but Squeak is there for the follow-up. Finds a couple with the Primal Rage. Dante gonna look to answer, trying to juggle that on. Not gonna be able to take down Redix, as it looks like Maryville looking to answer back. This Ashe gonna go down as well. 2 big kills, 3 for Dante. Squeak finds 3 as well, but Dante getting 4 in return. Great Winston play from both players. Saints do get the payload pushed a tiny bit, but the team fight is going to go to Maryville.
Yeah, which just surprised me again. Like I pointed out, Dante seems to have more experience when it comes to playing Winston, and King is playing really good with Tracer. When it comes to this team comp, having the way they have, it's to abuse the high ground. I like that.
Yeah, Dante getting a lot of cleave damage here with his gun here, looking to pick up some more ult charge, trying to find some lower health bars here. Here comes the nano onto Squeak, but nice boop there coming out from Vision, and now a couple kills go over to the Saints. Noxious and Razor take down King and Dante. Here comes the rally from Juby though. Can he keep the last 3 members of his team alive? The nano boost gonna come out as well. Maryville going all in to try and win this team fight. Redix gonna get absolutely one shot by the Brig, and here comes the Ash. Vision takes down Razor, takes down Squeak, gets a couple armor packs. The pick comes through for Noxious, but Juby gonna be able to take down Soaks. Yet again, Saints finding kills left and right, but they just cannot secure a team fight as Noxious gonna get taken down in the spawn.
Which, again, it seems that what I pointed out, using the shield to their advantage to take care of the far range, Dante's taking full advantage of it.
Oh!
Ouch. That's a very painful death. And King is just getting kills left, right, and center, which doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, King with a 2-man post bomb. Squeak switches over to the Wrecking Ball, but he won't be able to get anywhere near this point. Maryville, a near perfect first point hold here, and now the Saints, they're on their last breath. It's go big or go home. Need to first hold Maryville here to try and win out this map.
That's definitely true, but it looks like the Saints got a decent distance. If they can just hold Maryville from getting near the 70 mark for distance, they'll take the round and it will go into another game, which I'm hoping to see. And I'm interested to see what teams they pick when it comes to the plays, and we're getting a nice player cam.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the players' faces, what do you think, Dominic?
They seem more locked in, they seem more confident, which is very good. It seems they're ready, and maybe they can predict more of Maryville's movement because they were playing a lot more aggressive than the other 2 first rounds.
Yeah, I mean, that is a valid point. They did show some life there on that attack, but against Maryville now having to defend the first point and that being kind of your last straw, I mean, it's going to be very hard. Maryville have been playing superb so far this series. I mean, exactly what you'd expect from Maryville. Their 2-2 record, I think, definitely overshadows the strength of this team. And you know, I'll remind both teams of everyone of the both teams' records. Maryville 2-2 on the season. If they win, they move to 3-2. Saints are 3-1 on the season, so if they lose, they move to 3-2 as well. So they'll have the same record if Maryville is able to close it out, and they're very close to doing so. I mean, it's going to be hard here for the Saints.
That's definitely true, and as you pointed out, they are showing life. And we're going into the next round, and it looks like King is playing Widowmaker and doing it really smart, and Noxious, of course, going to Widowmaker as well.
Yeah, there's going to be a Maywall coming out here from Vision somehow. I don't even know how they got in this high ground. Big headshots from Vision, but King going to find the opening pick onto Razor. Now Saints have to put it in reverse here. Noxious, very low HP here. Squeak jumps forward, but maybe he went a little bit too deep here as now he's on half HP. Has to try and get away to his healers. Will be able to do so. Going to give Redix a lot of Volt Charge, who's now at 62 to that Nano Boost. That could be something that catches Maryville off guard here, but Maryville have gone the card so much and taken so much space from the Saints.
That's definitely true, and it looks like Dante went to his best character because we saw how well he played the characters, and dropping Redix doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it takes down Redix. It takes down Soaks. Noxious finds a trade onto King, but the health bars for the Saints looking very dire. Down goes a Razor, and this should be the end of this one. And Maywall coming out to ensure no more deaths happen to Maryville, as Noxious is gonna fall. Squeak should be soon to follow. Lifeweaver, nice pull there, coming out to keep his support alive. Squeak gets anti, gets taken down. Dante does fall on the flip side. Saints, they're going to try and still hold on to this one as King found Squeak, but Razor, is he going to get frozen up by that one? I believe he might. Soak's going to be the first to fall down. Anna's on 1 HP as well. Juby does fall though. King picks up Redix. No healers left for the side of St. Clair here, and they're going to try and hold on with everything they can, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Vision picks up a Razor. Still on the point is Squeak. He's going to get this Primal Rage. 94% and counting. That's going to be some more Stone Saints showing a bit of life here. Did Maryville get a bit overconfident here? Dante on the low HP. Has to be careful here. Trying to stay alive. Squid is going to go down. And there's only 2 minutes remaining here. Saints going to clean this fight up. And they put themselves in a position to take this map.
It's definitely true, and it looks like Squeak is also showing life with his Winston plays. He's playing him a lot more aggressive, which is very smart, and Dante, of course, seems to be more ready towards it. And King switching between Widowmaker and Tracer from the looks of it.
Yeah, King definitely wanting to finish out this map on the Widowmaker, but the composition for the Saints right now, I would say, is a lot better than Maryville. One more bad fight from Maryville, we might very well see a map 4, but let's see, they're not going to switch up their comp, they're going to stay on the Lifeweaver and the Orisa. I would say this is not good for Maryville. You don't want to be playing these characters on this specific map, but they forced the Saints back. Razor on 1 HP cannot die with that. Dragon Blade Dante is going to fall down there to the Tracer. No, he gets the health pack and Noxious oversteps his ground. He's going to be the first one to fall. Saints have a Dragon Blade. That's kind of their last hope here. Will they look to push it with Squeak? 1 meter away. Saints need to get onto the point, but the freeze is just too big. King going to find one. Dante finds a couple. Razor gets 2 with the Dragon Blade, but that's going to be the map. Maryville take it home, and they're going to take this series 3-0.
That's very sad to see. The Saints were showing so much life, and it just didn't pay off in the end. And Juby getting the play of the game. Juby was playing Bridget very well.
Yeah, doing very, very well there with the nano boost. Showed out when it mattered most. And a very good series from Maryville. As expected, they are a very strong team. They take the Saints 3-0. They move to 3-2 on the season. Saints losing that one. Going to move to 3-2 on the season as well. So just a very tough series for the Saints, but very well played from Maryville.
That's definitely true, and it seems the Saints played really aggressive at the end, which was very smart. I feel like if the Genji went in, maybe he could have gotten more kills and stopped them from getting the point. I think with Genji backing off, that's what caused them to lose this game.
Yeah, Genji, a lot of things caused them to lose, obviously. Just Maryville played, I think, better as a team. It wasn't like single mechanical prominence was shown by Maryville here. I feel like the Saints mechanically are on par with almost any team, but Maryville, they just have so much experience, so much talent. They know what they're doing. They're cool, calm, collected. Even in that last team fight, in that last map, they were on a bit of a wonky comp. Saints were playing a very strong dive composition, but they just didn't find any kills. Maryville knew how to use their ultimates, knew how to use their abilities, and they closed out the map just how you'd expect.
Yep, and as you pointed out, with them working more as a team, I think the Saints were just going in too much like solo play. They weren't working as much as a team as I thought they would, but maybe they can look back on that and be like, okay, maybe we could do this better and play this more as a team, like, because they were going in with these characters doing it more of targeting single players instead of maybe the whole team coming in and be like, all right, take out him, all right, take out him next.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to the Saints season, they're in a super conference. They're going up against powerhouses every week, 3-2. How do you think they're going to finish out the season after a devastating loss like this?
Maybe they're going to look back at this and be like, all right, I'm more confident for the next round, and they'll just dominate the series. I'm hoping the Saints make it to the finals and win, honestly.
Yeah, that's a very bold prediction. There's a lot of very, very strong teams, Dominic. But what would you say is one good thing you saw from the Saints today?
Their team comps. They know what they're doing when it comes to working it, especially with the ults. I noticed playing around round 2, they played the ults very smart, which was very good, but that's probably the good thing. I'm going to say they keep that up, practice a bit more, and maybe they can get more combos in like that and just keep wiping out teams.
Yeah, a great job for the Saints here, and I think that's going to be it for us today. Before we close it out, I'm going to shout out our second stream, Saints Gaming CA League of Legends, on there. Oh, never mind. I'm getting word. That's no longer on the board. So that's going to be it for us today. Thank you to our sponsors, St. Clair Association, St. Clair Alumni Association, St. Clair SRC, Tim Hortons, Subway, and Alienware. Thank you to everyone in the back. There were just so many people on production today. I can't name them all, but thank you guys for making this stream possible. Follow us on all of our social medias to not miss out on any Saints-related content. We post there daily, keeps up with all of our teams. Thank you, Dominic, for joining me up on this desk. I've been Theo. Thank you guys for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful night.